Jack. Get ready, get jivin'.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and genders all across the spectrum, to episode 22. Episode 22. How did we get here? How did we get this far? Why have we not been canceled? I have always made it a goal of mine to get canceled, but yet no one is canceling me. I don't have the right people watching, or no one's reporting me. Either way, hashtag Taylor Swift. Welcome, folks. Multiverse of Madness. Woo! That was something, wasn't it? I wouldn't know because I did not get a chance to see it. Unfortunately, I have been busy. B-U-S-Y, busy. Busier than I've ever been in my life. Well, that's not true. But I've been really busy. Just absolute zero time for myself. My PlayStation 5 is collecting dust over there. Absolute dust. But that's okay. These are sacrifices you got to make in life, baby. So no, I did not get a chance to watch Multiverse of Madness. Austin, I think, has either died or he's been kidnapped by aliens, or maybe a combination of both. So he's not here today. Caiden is working. He's working, I think, with producers and stuff. He's living the life. Also, by the way, I finally got to see Caiden's full face in the light last Thursday. I took pictures, but I can't share them with you because he probably wouldn't like that. Oh, Caiden's here. No way. No way.
Yeah, I thought I had work this week. I thought I did.
And you got fired, folks.
No, it was well, I was supposed to have work this week, but they said that schedules were misscheduled, so they thought they were going to do it this week, but it was supposed to be next week. So
okay, all right, well, that's great. So I literally had no idea what to do today. I was like, oh well, I haven't seen the movie, but you've seen the movie, right?
Yeah. I saw the movie literally the day like that after we had that conversation.
Yeah,
I think I left like an hour or two after that.
Oh, excellent.
So yeah, I liked it.
I really liked it. Let me just go ahead. We'll get into that. I just want to say hi to everyone. Anthony Boltre, that Vince dude, what's up? Erin already knows Austin's MIA, so she put this in before the show even started. Maybe after Caiden. Girlfriend just got an iPhone 13 Pro. I'm still with an iPhone 8. I need to upgrade. You know what I'm gonna say to you, brother? Don't. If your phone's working, this whole thing
I need to upgrade though, because my screen is cracked and it's an iPhone 8 Plus.
Well, that's different. But if your phone's working,
oh yeah,
don't waste your money. Why spend another $1,000 on something?
I wouldn't say I would say this: if your phone is an iPhone 8 and below, upgrade at least one phone up. By now, at least upgrade one phone up. So you don't have to upgrade all the way to the newest phone. I wouldn't say if you're working.
What I'm saying is what's the point though? If your phone's working, folks, take some financial advice from Jack. This is how they get you. All right. They want you to keep buying this every year and want you to feel pressure. If your girlfriend's got an iPhone 13, good for her. But you don't waste your $1,000 getting one. Or God forbid, getting one of those payment plans where you're paying off for 36 months. I have what the hell do I have? I just take care of mine. Let me see. How do I find out what kind of phone I have? General? About. Here we go. I have the 11 Pro Max. This thing is in pristine condition. I got a nice OtterBox. You open this up, pristine. For trivia, I have a 6 Plus set. I play music on there.
That's terrible, Jack. That's terrible advice because they stopped sending receivers of upgrades to your phone after certain I think I think my phone is about to stop getting upgrades.
That's probably on your carrier then. This I've had since 2017, 2016. Oh yeah,
it has one more year. I
still get my upgrades on here, and plus I use that for music. But my point is, if you don't have to, man, save up your money, get something good. Security updates. Oh, okay. Yeah. Justin uses what do you call it? Android. He's like one of those people. He's like, I watch Frasier in the evenings with my Android. Apple stores stopped doing security update. That's how hackers get you. Terrible advice. So what? Get a new phone every year? Come on, man.
Not every year. I wouldn't say
You
get
can
one
get
every
protection
year.
yourself. I have Norton. Just
But
take it.
I like the. I'm probably gonna get the new phone because I like the camera quality because and also
That's it. Wait, what kind of phone did you get? 150.
Whoa.
I paid like $1,000 for this baby.
Sir,
Oh, you probably got a refurbished phone then.
oh,
Maybe.
did you get refurbished? Did you trade in and get refurbished?
Is that what you do? Yeah, no, I don't. I always
Because
get
if it's
mine.
a trade in and refurbished, you get a lot of discount. If you like, you're trading
Yeah.
in, it's already like depending on like the model, like you already get like $100 to $200 off of that. And then if it's like a refurbished phone, it's like 200 to like 300, so that's like $500 off there. Like,
But like, how much would
so
an iPhone 13 cost? Let me see. I mean, unless
iPhone,
you also get like really low hardware space. Okay, 128 gigs, 820. So mine's 500 gigs, I think. 829. I mean, that's about how much they cost. AT&T will bundle it $25 for 36 months. You don't want to get locked into those types of things.
yeah, no.
But well, yeah. Well, so there you go. All right, they pay for that stuff. You don't have to worry about it. Couple years with a 10. I have what I say. I have the Pro Max. I got that 2020. I want to say,
Yeah.
or 2019, whatever.
Well,
800. Yeah.
yeah, iPhone.
Yeah,
Did you iPhone X Pro Max or whatever?
yeah.
Yeah, with the Face ID. I think you're fine with that for like a
I'm
good
not gonna upgrade
10
mine
years.
I'm not gonna upgrade mine until Kingdom Come, baby. So I mean, like, well, I had the original iPhone, the second one, the 3G. Then I had the 5. Then I got the 6 Plus.
Mm.
Then I got this one. So
My phone like history is, so my parents had Blackberries, and then they gave us their Blackberries, but like it was like only games we can play on. But like and also before the Blackberries they also gave us this one where you had like the touch pen.
Oh,
And
okay, yeah.
you could take
That's
out the
old
little
school stuff
sock.
right there, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like it was like a like you can kind of, it's like a fold phone as well. Not a flip phone, but like the one that you can push up and has like the keypad under. Like it's a slide phone.
Okay.
That was the push pen phone. And then I got the BlackBerry. And then we did iPhone 5C. So I got the blue one and my sister got a pink one. And then we went to the iPhone 6 Plus and I got rose gold.
I like that when they started doing the bigger screens with the Plus, because I hated how small the iPhone screens were.
And then after the 6 Plus, I got the 8 Plus, and now that's where I'm currently at right now. But we're going to fix our screens and then upgrade.
There you go. There you go. Yeah. So, Doctor Strange had a huge weekend at the box office. I think it's made something like 411 million. I heard this is what I noticed. Like the hardcore Marvel fans, like people whose names start with the letters RJ, were like, and I'm like, good. If they didn't like it, then it must be good. I unfortunately did not get a chance to see it. I don't even know if I'll be able to see it this weekend. I'm going to a convention this weekend, so I might even see it this weekend. So tell me, Caiden Reed, how was Doctor Strange? All eyes on ye.
I liked it. Because again, like I think I told you that like this last Thursday that I don't go into anything with like high hopes of anything. Like I just go and like, and I expect what is expected, and what's expected is Sam Raimi movie, that Sam Raimi Marvel movie.
See, that to me, that's a good thing. I'm glad when people said it didn't feel like a Marvel movie. I'm
and
like,
it was a Sam Raimi Marvel movie. It felt like, to me, honestly, it was better than Spider-Man 2.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. Like, for those of people who complain that this was a little too different, do you guys want every movie to, not you, but like every movie to feel the same? Like, you when you go back to Phase 1, like Thor, Captain America, and Iron Man felt like 3 different movies.
Yeah. By Phase 2 and 3, it would start getting redundant.
Very, very.
And then by and now we're getting to Phase 4, where it's going back to Phase 1 aspects of where it's every movie's different in some.
That's what he
but
says. I haven't seen it yet. I haven't seen
uh,
it yet.
but
When's it gonna be on Disney Plus? In like 3 weeks? Oh,
no, it'll be like on like July 20th or something.
oh my god! I'll probably go see it this weekend.
I
I'll
want to see it.
try.
I want to see it because because of course I saw it on Thursday night, and Thursday night, you have the hardcore people go on Thursday nights,
Yeah,
and
yeah. That's the.
I
I
want to
usually go
go. I
Friday
want to
night.
go again on it, like probably like next weekend, because then that's when not the hardcore people are going. It's the people who are like have heard about this movie, and to actually see their response to it, and
Mhm.
then see it again, one
Mhm.
more last time to actually like
Okay.
experience it by myself, like
Okay.
to like because again like I think although like it's a great movie, I still think there are some parts that were it kind of ruined the experience because of course the big cheering and stuff because you can't really hear lines and stuff, um and so like there were certain parts of that and I was just like, and also I think with when you have a big crowd, a big audience and big crowd and stuff, I think
Mhm.
it moves the movie faster, so
Yeah.
you kind of like it's like really quick, because you have all this
Because
like
it becomes more
energy
like
in
a
it.
ride, like in a like
Yeah.
yeah.
So I think, if you really want to experience this movie, you do watch it like a 2 or 3 times, and you watch it once with the big crowd and then once with a crowd that's like doesn't really know exactly what this is, but has an idea from like the past conversations they've had with their friends who have seen it, that type of thing. So, but I really like this movie. I
Yeah.
think it it exceeded my expectations because of course I go in expecting really the bare minimum with
That's what you're
especially
gonna get, Caden. When you get married, you're gonna get the bare minimum. Raise your expectations. You're
um
gonna you're gonna end up married to someone with like missing teeth,
oh god, please no.
scales on their skin, and Caden's like,
Oh,
with bare minimum expectations.
oh my god.
I just
um
did what I had to do. Let me ask you this: did the third? How was the third act? Because
I
my
think
issue with a lot of
the
Marvel has
third
become like CGI stuff. Now I love the third act of No Way Home. A lot of
okay,
that was
with third
nostalgia. A
act,
lot of that was
with this one, although it's still it's I think that's the thing with this. It's a great mixture between what Feige has done, uh, and it's a great what Sam Raimi is doing, with the third act especially because you still have that CGI stuff, but
yeah.
it's reused really well,
Mhm.
and it fits the story so much, and like what happens in the third act is so cool, um, and like how it's really cool what they do with that.
Okay.
Um,
Vince says I went on Thursday night because that's my girlfriend and I's date night. Correct use of grammar. Movie shut off midway through. Really took 5 minutes to get rebooted, and no sound, no visual. Had to rewind. Theater didn't even acknowledge their f up.
yeah,
That's pretty
so
interesting.
crazy
So
thing with my theater
yeah.
too. So like my theater, I think it was because there was kids in there as well. But
Uh,
legit, like for me, so you know how the house lights are off, but like they have like those other lights on the walls.
yeah.
So during the previews, they had the house lights on and the wall lights on,
Yeah.
and then when the movie started, they turned off the wall lights, but still kept the house lights on. So it's
Oh.
still kind of like not dark, but still bright in there. So I was just
Okay.
like that's another thing that probably also ruined my experience. Was like like but then finally by the start of the second act, they finally turned off the lights. Like
Wow.
and then finally the sound went up. Like the sound was like it was just super weird the
Well, he
first act.
said rewind. I was like, could you imagine if they're actually there with like a cassette player?
Oh my god.
Watch Doctor Strange 2
Oh.
on cassette, VHS.
But yeah, it was just that was that was one thing that was weird about my theater as well.
Okay, that's weird.
Because there was like I said there was one or two kids in there that were probably like 10 or 12, which was weird
Okay.
because some people were saying this is not for me. I think it's not a movie you take your kids that are under 12 to. I
Oh.
think if they're like 13 and
Wimpy
up,
parents. I'm just
if
kidding.
I think if you take if it's like 13 and up, they'll be fine. Some people
Okay.
are saying don't take even your like this is a movie only for like teenagers and up. I'm like, yeah, you can let in the 13 and 12-year-olds in.
Man, I see rated R movies when I was 8 years old because I have
I'm
Asian
like,
parents, and as long as it didn't have sex in it, if it violence and
oh
people
yeah.
are born,
I mean,
that's okay.
that's the thing. Like another thing.
Real quick, Vince, what movie theater did you go to? Was it a chain or was it like a private one? Same question to you, Caden. Was it like AMC or?
Mine was AMC. So,
Okay, because I go to AMC as well. I went to the movies a lot last year. I haven't gone this year that much at all. I think this year I only saw one movie. Oh, the Batman. That's what I saw.
The crazy thing is, I didn't even see the Batman.
Yeah, you should get your money back. Like at that point, if you go and say, hey,
yeah. No, you like Vince. You should totally like have like said, hey, like can we get a refund on this?
in August
get a free ticket for the next showing next week or something.
When we went to go see Candyman.
Mm-hmm.
We went to go see Candyman, me and my friends, and there was no sound. So we got them, let them know. And at this point, 20 minutes of the movie's gone by. And I said, can I get a ticket to your next showing? Well, their next showing was Dolby Atmos. Now, I don't pay for Dolby Atmos or IMAX unless it's like a movie like Doctor Strange or a DC movie or Star Wars movie. You know what I mean? No one wants to see The Notebook in IMAX. All right?
Right.
But Candyman, I was like, it's a horror movie. I don't know if I really – but because of that screw-up, they pushed us all to like the 8:30 show, and we got to see Candyman in Dolby and had nicer seats. I enjoyed it. I mean, you all know that I loved Candyman. I thought it was a phenomenal movie. We saw the movie and moved on. But get your money back. You never know. Make a scene. Raise some hell. Let them know you've been there.
I think last year, compared to from last year to this year, I think late summer is when I started going to the movies again. And then, but this year I started like if it's like a movie that I like and I want to see, and if it's it's a big blockbuster type, I'd go.
Yeah.
Like at least try that Thursday or Friday. Like I did. I think the first movie I watched this year was Scream, and then I think the second movie was Doctor Strange 2. I didn't see the Batman theaters. I wish I did.
I'm trying to see what movie. I usually make a list of the movies I've seen this year, and I have way too many notes. Hold on, I got way too many notes in my iPhone. Movies. Grace Randolph, movies to watch. I can't see it. Wow. But I saw about 26 movies last year. I got the AMC pass, and I saw everything.
The A-list stubs.
The A-list one, yeah. I really enjoyed it. I haven't gone as much this year because just whatever. But I saw so many movies last year, and I loved it. It became every weekend I was going to see a movie. And at that point, it's like, well, go see a movie you wouldn't want to see. And I just really loved it. And I encourage all of you that, I wish something like this existed when I was a kid, where you could go see 2-3 movies a month and only pay $20 or $25,
Yeah.
Now, you know what I mean? Like, you want to see a big budget movie. You don't want to see
You want to see something that's like that. Even if it's like, you want to see something that is action-packed and
something that will
like visually appealing on IMAX.
Like Gladiator back in the day on IMAX was something else.
Right.
So.
You want to see
so he produced that? Did he write it?
So the thing about Candyman was that he wrote it and produced it. He was going to direct it, but then he was like, Candyman's not his directing style. So he offered it to
whoever she was, Nia DaCosta or
Nia
whatever.
DaCosta. She's also directing the Marvels.
What's she directing?
She's directing Captain Marvel 2.
Okay, well, hopefully it'll be visually good then, because her visuals were spot on.
And
it's been a long time
she has
since
a great
movies had good
cinematography team. She has a great cinematography team. And I watched her other movies. She's a great director. And honestly, I'm glad that they didn't rehire the people that did Captain Marvel 1.
I saw Captain Marvel 1. I think I was more excited because of the Avengers. Because you remember how thirsty we were for Avengers Endgame? Like, just anything Marvel related. And I have had no desire to go back and watch that.
It was just one of those, like, although I think it would have been a good movie if they didn't try to shoehorn it in between Infinity War and Endgame. Like, if they didn't shoehorn it in between that, and they gave it a more time to at least, like, they would have been really cool was to see Endgame and be like, who is that hero that just came in the final battle? And then be like, oh, here's her origins type of thing. Instead of doing it like how they did Infinity War.
Drivers are still a thing, by the way. They do exist, at least in Jersey. Sorry, but let me ask you this: are you guys against talking about spoilers? I saw Red Letter Media. I mean, they're my go-to YouTubers. I love them. They basically the third act, there's a lot of action stuff. They enjoyed it. They wanted more of a Raimi film than a Marvel film, but they enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I want to talk about some of the cameos, but I don't want to ruin it for anyone who hasn't seen it. I mean, I haven't seen it, but I know what the cameos are. So
I mean, for me,
now's your moment. If not now, hold your
like
peace.
without spoiling it. Really, I liked the cameos, because like it was really cool to see those characters come to life and
So
to
who
become
we
back.
got? We got spoilers. Anson Mount, by the way, who just did Star Trek Strange New World.
This was a big week
first
for
good
Star Trek and
show.
Marvel,
Yeah.
like fans together, because you got Pike and you got Picard.
Yeah.
And
Well, I was going to say Strange New World is the first good Star Trek I've seen in 17 years. Like, at least it felt like Star Trek. And
Yeah.
but he's really good. I liked him in Discovery, which was a bad show, but is a bad show. But yeah, I have hope. He's really great.
He's actually
John
good as
he shows up as Mr. Reed
Richards. But going back to Anson Mount, he's actually good as Black Bolt.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was just Scott Buck and Jeff Loeb's and Ike Perlmutter's like dirty hands all over that Inhumans project, trying to shoehorn them into the MCU as their MCU X-Men scapegoat.
There you go, Justin. Unless you lost your hearing. Justin, weren't you the one who said people don't care about visuals? They just want to hear it because they listen to podcasts. And now you're like, you should have a visual about spoilers. I'll just keep doing this for the next 30 minutes. There we go.
But yeah, I'll do this.
Actually, you might have a spoiler. Hold on, let me see. Banner.
Let's do this.
Wow. All right, let's put some of these banners up. Sunday school begins May 1st at 10 a.m. for both children and adults. Movie day will also be May 1st following direct service. We're about to begin. How do I get rid of this? There we go.
Yeah.
Head over to the Sci-Fi Center.
There you go. But yeah.
Oh, there we go. Hey, Justin, it was here the whole time, you son of a bitch. It was right there.
Yeah. Jeez, Justin, look at the screen. And listen.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So I'm not familiar with Black Bolt. Tell us about Black Bolt.
Black Bolt, he's the king of Inhumans. They live on the moon, and a secret society on the moon.
Didn't they make a show called Inhumans?
Yes, they did. And they shot the first 2 episodes on IMAX. And then, like, they spent all their money on the actors.
And then they canceled it, right?
Well, yeah, because it was a failure.
But it was on ABC, right?
It was so the thing was, it was.
Or am I thinking of something else?
No, you're right. ABC, but it was the first 2 episodes were in IMAX, and then they screened the first 2 episodes like on like the first opening week, like as like a movie, and then like that was like they didn't earn much from that, and then like the writing like on episode 3 and on was just like
and
garbage.
And Caiden liked Moon Knight, so you got to imagine this is really bad.
Shut up.
I know you enjoyed Moon Knight, you simple creature.
What? It's not simple at all. What are you saying?
I'm saying you're simple.
Moon Knight was not simple.
Justin says, I said they're less imperative than audio, not irrelevant. Oh, all right, Justin. I meant your opinion was irrelevant.
But yeah, it was like Inhumans was basically Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. It was like, because they were trying to connect the two, they had like their big Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Inhumans season, and then they did the Inhumans series. And so
wait, was Anson Mount in that show?
In Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
No.
Inhumans
the show.
Yes, he played Black Bolt there too. Okay. So this is a big redemption arc for him, especially. Okay. So then you had Anson Mount, and then you had Haley Atwell as Captain Carter, which she voiced Peggy Carter and Captain Carter in the What If series, and also played Peggy Carter, of course, in First Avenger and Civil War, and then Agent Carter, the Agent Carter series.
Okay.
And then you have Shitwell as Baron Coral Mordo as Eighth, not as the
how do you say his name? Shitwell at Gia4 or whatever.
Yeah, something. Yeah.
Wait, was he
And
the Mordo from the first movie or a different
yeah,
Mordo?
he was
The bill comes
he was
due.
the variant of our Mordo. So
Okay.
not our Mordo that is going around killing sorcerers.
Okay.
And so and then you have Lashana Lynch, who plays Maria Rambeau in the first Captain Marvel, who comes back as Captain Marvel in this one. It's basically a what if
Yeah,
Maria
because she
Rambeau
died
became Captain
in
Marvel instead of
WandaVision. Did she have cancer or something?
she got cancer because she was around the radioactive stuff, and
That'll do it to
uh,
you, folks.
yeah, I mean that's
Yeah.
one of the leading causes to
Well, let's
cancer.
get to the good stuff.
But yeah,
Patrick Stewart.
and then Patrick Stewart comes in. Well, before Patrick Stewart, you get John Krasinski introduction as Reed Richards,
Okay.
and then you
Does he do
hear
the arm stretch thing like Kamala?
he does the arm stretch thing once, but we'll get to that. And then we get then they're talking and talking and talking, and then you hear Patrick Stewart's voice. We should tell him the truth.
Yeah.
And we will see the real Doctor Strange you are. And then
I heard that
then
they played the X-Men music.
yes, they did. They played the X-Men 90s theme, and everyone. Okay, for the John Krasinski one, my theater went crazy where I didn't hear the exchange between Strange and Reed. And so basically, what the exchange between Reed and Strange was. Strange makes a joke about the 60s band Fantastic Four. And he was like, oh, didn't you guys chart in the 60s? And it was just like, but people were thinking like, oh, that means the Fantastic Four and the MCU are going to come in the 60s. No, he was talking about the 60s band Fantastic Four because I think they had a #1 hit in like 63. Something like that. But yeah.
Okay.
So
again, John Krasinski's from another universe, I'm guessing.
Yeah, this is Earth. This is Earth 838 as Christine Palmer from that Earth, who is the head scientist of biology tech and some other stuff of Baxter Foundation.
I gotta see this damn movie.
It's a lot. So then basically they explain to him like how he's a threat, how they think he's a threat to the multiverse. Because they're like, oh, our Strange was also a threat to the multiverse. He caused incursions as well, and they tell Patrick Stewart's Charles Xavier shows our Strange what they happened to their Strange, and how he was corrupted by the Darkhold, and then Strange is like, it's not me you have to worry about, it's the Scarlet Witch you have to worry about, and they're like, and then Lashana Lynch's Maria Rambeau was like, we can handle your little witch, thinking they're like, she's dream walking, and they're like, oh, we can handle her, and like, we've handled people who dream walk before, aka our Strange. Basically, dream walking is where you astral project yourself into a variant of yourself in another universe. So she is it's like possession, yeah. So she's inside of that version's Wanda, who has kids, who has Billy and Tommy. So basically she goes to the Illuminati headquarters, and basically, like, there's Ultron bots, those Ultron bots, she murks them all. She's crushing them, like they're crushing her and stuff, but like basically now she has a limp leg, and she's like limping through the Illuminati headquarters, drenched in like the Ultron bot's blood, and then she's stopped by the Illuminati, so you have Captain Carter's comes in her jetpack, and then you have Captain Marvel come down, in her binary, and then you have also Black Bolt, who has a comic accurate suit where he has wings, and then you have Reed Richards kind of stretch in, he stretches in, and then Reed Richards is like, stop, I know what it feels like to, like, because and I have kids, and everything. I would understand how I would feel if I lost them, type of thing. And then she's like, oh, do they have a mother? And then and
yeah,
before that,
really.
they say stop, and then like he points at Black Bolt and says Black Bolt can kill you with a whisper of his voice, and
Mhm.
he's like, and then Black Bolt's staring, they're like, yo, like yeah, I could do that, and then Wanda's like, what mouth? And then she basically seals his lips, and then he's screaming, and then with his, of course, he can't. With that, if he speaks, he'll leave like a basically atomic bomb. Basically, uh, he blows his mind, and he like his mind crushes, and then his eyes start bleeding, his nose starts bleeding, and he falls down to the ground. And then Reed says, I know how it feels to lose your kids. I understand how if I lost my kids, I would understand. And then she says, do they have a mother? And then he's like, yeah. And she'd be like, at least someone will have to get to take care of them. And he stretches his arm like to her. And then she like basically like holds her hand out and then basically shreds him like string cheese. And then his head pops.
Oh wow!
And so and like
So
and
he
then
ain't gonna be coming back.
No, these aren't variants, so it doesn't really matter if they
So he's
die.
not gonna be the Reed Richards of the MCU.
Well, we don't know. We don't know.
That'd be so cool, though.
Yeah, it's still cool. Like this scene is really cool. And then
The
now
Patrick Stewart Xavier, is that the Patrick Stewart Xavier from the Fox movies?
No,
or?
it's from the X-Men 90s series, animated series. At least a variant of him.
No way.
Yeah.
But that one wasn't even British. He was American in that one. Like,
yeah, he's not British in this either.
Help. They made him British. I think they made him British. I thought Professor Xavier.
Yeah, no, he's not. The thing is, Professor X is not British at all. He's from New York City.
Yeah.
Like,
but when they cast Patrick Stewart, they're like, all right, now he's British.
Yeah. But the thing, and then
how was his performance? Because Picard, he plays like 110-year-old. He's always speaking like this and talking in endless monologues.
I like him in this. He's very.
He's still in a wheelchair.
He's in the golden chair. He's in the golden chair from that. Yeah, from the animated series. Yeah,
poor bastard. Even in extra dimensions, he can't walk.
No, and then funny enough, then after Reed Richards dies and gets shredded cheese, then it's Wanda versus Captain Carter and Captain Marvel. She kills him, but so basically,
made her a villain.
Oh my god, like this scene, like people were saying, it's way too easy. Like it was way too hard for her to kill these people and way too easy. I'm like, the reason why it's way too hard for her to kill these people, like in a snap, was because she's dreamwalking, and when she's dreamwalking, she can't have the same power level.
Witch, if you remember, like from back in the day, was a villain, and she dressed a lot provocatively. I mean,
yeah, and then she throws then Captain Carter throws her shield at Wanda, and then Wanda throws it back at her, and then gets sliced in half, and like she gets Darth Maul, and you just see her body fall, and then you see her shield hit like a pole pillar, and like it's dripping blood, and then like half of it's like dripping blood, and then it's a fight between Captain Marvel and Wanda, and then like they're like up in the air, like Captain Marvel's throwing her binary cosmic energy to Wanda, and then Wanda's also throwing her like chaos magic, and it's colliding, and then finally, and then Captain Marvel's mask is deteriorating, and then she gets thrown back, and then she hits the floor, and then Wanda just pulls down a statue onto her, and then you see her hand fall, like as if like it's like up, and then you just like see like it fall. Honestly, I don't think she's dead, because we've seen like big things hit Captain Marvel, and I don't think she dies.
Was there any reference to the fact that she might be a mutant? Did they go in that direction or no?
No, I think they're just keeping her to be a cosmic chaos magic witch.
Have they mentioned mutants at all?
They say that Professor X. I mean, they don't really mention mutants. They're just like, oh, Professor X is there. And then so the fight between Professor X and Wanda, so Professor X puts himself in Wanda's brain, in that
Ooh.
Wanda's brain because it's
Dude,
not
don't tell me
Wanda.
they killed him again. I just don't know.
So, okay, so basically, the Wanda
I
that is
can't
from their
keep
Earth.
watching him die. He died in X-Men 3. He died in
Okay,
Logan. He died in
wait,
Picard.
and and then so Wanda from their Earth from 838, not our Wanda, is trapped under like this bunker, and so like all this like bunker and debris and stuff, and then Charles like walks to her and then tries to take her out, and then you see this red fog go towards Patrick Stewart and go towards Charles, and then Wanda in this demonic look comes and takes his head off, and then you see him in the gold chair just fall dead. And
Stop killing Patrick Stewart in movies. They already killed him in like a long, depressing way in Logan. You saw him die in X-Men 3. Come on.
So that's like that's that whole thing. And it like
I just want to let you guys know this is what Wanda used to look like in the comics before things got really like child friendly and like, you know, I mean, that's what Marvel will never do this anymore. Not even the comics. They're gonna make her like, you know.
I mean, what they did with her,
they're gonna dress her up.
Kind of
like
did it
she's
in
Saudi Arabia.
WandaVision. They kind of did it in WandaVision, but they had like red tights. With her. Like if you know.
That's why they won't ban Marvel movies.
It was like red.
Could you imagine if they made a WandaVision movie that looked like that?
No, they would not.
I would give it a 10 out of 10 before even watching. I'd be like, yes, bring that sex appeal back in the comics. Stop neutering it for 12-year-olds.
If you slow it down, people slow it down. She takes his head off. His head rolls off his body. Like
either way, the guy ain't in the Union no more.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, he's dead.
That's awful. That's awful. Stop killing Patrick Stewart. You know they killed him off in the first season of Picard. Like 5 minutes later, they transferred his consciousness into an android made out of flesh and blood.
What?
Yeah, that looks exactly like him. So it's basically his mind in a new body, but the body looks exact same age as it was before, and he's going to live. He's an android now, but it's made out of flesh and blood. Yeah, the new Star Trek, they don't know what they're doing.
That's so weird.
That's so stupid. And then now they're trying to get away from that plot line in the second season. They're like, oh
my god,
he's still alive, Admiral Picard.
Like, that's my problem with that's why I never got into Star Trek.
Well, because modern Star Trek is written by terrible people. These are people who Star Trek used to be intellectual, and that's why it was kind of off-putting. Like it was really supposed to be about intelligent people in an advanced future solving complex problems, right? Now Star Trek they want to make it Star Wars, where you have space battles and pew, 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 pew. And everyone again talks like they're in a Joss Whedon movie, like, oh, you're so stupid. You know what? Duh. Like that kind of the idea used to be that Star Trek was like in the future, humanity is so advanced, there's no racism, there's no pettiness, like they're trying to solve now.
Isn't it like this Picard taking like 2042 or something? Or like 22?
No, like 25 something. It's like the 25th
Oh, 25, 22 or something.
Always set like hundreds of years into the future.
Right.
And we're actually trying to solve other people. Like there's no more crime, no more poverty. But of course, like bad writers don't know how to do a story like that. They're like, no, we got to make it hard and heavy.
Yeah.
Yes, please like the stream.
You know, she's gonna cancel us if we don't get.
Whatever happened to Austin? Is he even?
I don't know.
I see him on Twitter all the time. He's like tweeting every 2 seconds his stupid opinions that only you and Bradley like.
No, I
think Austin's picking fights with like he'll retweet someone like Sid Abdullah and be like, yeah, you're a piece of this, and I'm like, oh my god, stop picking fights with people.
I disagree with Bradley and Austin on the Moon Knight thing so much.
On the what?
The Moon Knight.
Oh, me too. You disagree with me?
No, like I mean, I don't really know what your opinion is on Moon Knight, but at least it's not as bad as theirs. Because they say that Oscar Isaac phoned it in every episode.
Oh no, that I disagree.
And Ethan Hawke is the only good part, and he's not even like has good writing. Like that was one of their takes. And I was like, what are you saying? Like
was it you who I gave the analogy to, or maybe it was Austin? Like a lot of these Marvel writers, like, all right, how do I make this complex? I wrap it into a puzzle. Look, that's complex now. Look how complex that is. And
the thing is also, I think it's also the limitations they have with the 6-episode thing, if
Well,
you
yeah.
if you just said write this story and your limit is 12 episodes, write a story and see how you can expand it up between 8 and 10 episodes.
Yeah.
And
Not only that,
boom, let that
they need
leave
to
it.
get rid of this 35, 40. They need to do full 50, 55-minute episodes. Like
That too.
just give your story room to breathe. Also, stop doing the 4-episode pilot where the story doesn't start till episode 4. That's okay when you're doing 12 episodes. Daredevil did that. Daredevil, you'd have your first episode, your second, and really the third one is where the story really starts, right?
I think.
And
Well,
you also
I
had like
disagree there.
9
I think
episodes to go.
I think episode 1 it really started when Mark and Steven were in front of and talking to Arthur Harrow. That's when the story starts because
Yeah.
that's when it and that's in episode 1. The story really starts in episode 1, but I think.
Well, how about this? How about this? Do your 6th episode, but make episode 1 90 minutes. Like back in the day, they would do
like
90
make it like
minute
a full on like yeah.
do it like the first episode of TNG was 90 minutes. So on TV, that would be 2 hours with commercials. Do a 90-minute pilot. Get to know these characters. And then the ending should be 90 minutes. Like make that okay. Then the middle episode's fine, 40 minutes, 45 minutes. But that last episode, you really need to like put an exclamation.
Do you notice the pattern before episode 5?
Did you like her? I couldn't stand her.
I liked her.
I liked everyone.
I think no.
I was like, she was the best character I ever saw.
Well, some people were saying her character arc in episode 6 didn't make any sense, but they teased it so much throughout the series when we first met her, when we first met Mark and Layla together, and when Mark was talking to Steven about why he's staying away from Layla, because Khonshu told him that if Mark dies again,
his performance
I'm going to.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh yeah, but like if Mark and Steven dies again, then he's going to take Layla as his next avatar.
And well, didn't I predict? I don't know if I said this on the show when Steven died. Steven's the weak one, right? I was like, "What? They're going to bring him back to next episode." And literally, I said it.
Well,
kind of
that's the thing with Mark, and like you. But the thing is, I think you have to understand who Mark is, and I think that's why I liked episode 5.
No, I'm not against it. I was just like, that's how Marvel is. They're not going to be so ballsy as to kill off a character.
Well, I like
Vision
because you're not going
to Vision brought him back and then killed him off again.
I think the reason
I heard Vision was not in this movie, by the way. Vision's not in this movie at all.
I think if it was any other character but Steven, I'm sure they would have left him for dead. But since Steven's such an integral part for Mark, without Steven, Mark would be a miserable person, and so Steven has to be there, and so like. I think that was.
But see, what I'm saying is like it was cheap drama to make it seem like he got killed off. Like, oh, look how sad people like not you, but I was crying when Steven died. I was like, I fell asleep. I found on the recap that he died. I'm like, oh, that's right, he died. He jumped. I was like watching like this, and I fell asleep. I haven't seen the last episode of Halo, but I heard the last episode of Halo sucked.
I stopped watching Halo like by episode 3.
If it went to focus on what's her face.
I don't even know anymore.
This character Quan should have been a kid or like someone younger, because like here's the problem I have with millennial writing is that we make adults act like teenagers. I mean, I don't know. She could be a teenager for all I know.
I think she's like 19, 20.
Huh?
Like I think she's like between 18 and 20.
Okay, make her even younger, maybe like 16 or something like that.
Yeah.
So that like when she acts immature, it works within the framework. Like in my writing, not that I'm a great writer or anything, but I actually have 2 child characters. And and when I say child, they're like 5 and 6 years old. They are literally immature in a post-apocalypse because they're children. So like they kind of get away with it.
Right.
They're also really hilarious. Vision isn't in Mom. Oh yeah.
No, he isn't.
Multiverse of Madness came out Mother's Day weekend. What did you do for Mother's Day, Caiden?
Well,
you're like, Mom, I'm gonna do you a huge favor, and you like left the house for like 9 hours. It was like the best day ever for her. She was like, such a great
I was with my aunt. I was with my aunt for the past month.
Oh, okay.
And then so Saturday we went to the farmers market, and she was visiting her friend that has like a jewelry stand, and then I bought my mom a ring for Mother's Day, and it was like this. It was this like crystal ring, and it was like a blue tint with it. So like when you shine light on it, it has a blue glare.
Wow, that's nice. I didn't do anything like that. We bought $100 worth of lamb because meat is really expensive in this economy. And we cooked a really nice dish. I got her flowers. I got her a $10 card, Hallmark card. But then she showed it to everyone.
I spoil my mom when it comes to Mother's Day. Um,
Oh, really?
especially like the past couple years, I spoiled my mom.
I shared a meme like my mom was like, "Let's go out to eat." I'd be like, "No, mom, there's food at home. Why don't you eat it? What's at home?" Because that's what my mom always said to me. Like
Oh
that's how.
yeah,
So my dad made a very nice lamb dish, lamb curry,
yeah. Oh,
very nice. And we got naans like from the
oh,
bakery instead of making them at home.
yeah,
They're making brick ovens and they taste better.
yeah,
But yeah,
I,
that's what we did for Mother's Day. So
yeah.
what did
From
you
and
do?
also, so
What about for your
basically,
aunt? Did you do anything for your aunt? Because we in
yeah.
our culture we do
Well,
it for all women.
yeah. So basically, we also had my uncle and my cousin came over to my aunt's house, and we had like a brunch, uh, made brunch, and like we played music, and we're hanging out with my grandma, which was really special for my grandma, especially since she has dementia. She like really
Oh,
like,
that
and it's
sucks.
really bad. Um, so it's like we had to like watch her, um, and so but like it was a fun day, fun with family, and we had a great time, you know, and so yeah, it was really cool.
Okay, well, that's good.
Yeah,
Let me ask you this about Zach, the first Doctor Strange. I really enjoy.
I really for
Rachel
me I like
McAdams' character. I know you mentioned is a variant of her. Is the original Rachel McAdams? I don't know what her name
yeah,
is.
she's in it. She's in the first like, so you
Do
have
her and
once
Strange kind of
she's
reconnect?
yeah, I mean, well, she's getting married, and he goes to her wedding, and then it's like the after ceremony, and then they talk, and then she asks him the question, "Are you happy?" And that's basically the theme of this whole movie is, "Are you happy?" Um, and so and
Does
they
he go
talk.
through character development? Because it seems like he's even in the Spider-Man, he's still kind of the douchebag he was.
I think in this one
Whereas like in Iron Man, like he did start caring about people in the second, the third.
yeah, he starts caring for people in this one. I think by the end of No Way Home, he realizes his mistake, of not saying the right way to say the spell, and also
So
because
that's
of
what
what
triggered all this. That the spell that he
well
screwed up.
well what triggered all of it was Sylvie killing He Who Remains. Because if
Really?
Sylvie, yeah, so if
So this is
Sylvie
connected
didn't
to
get,
that.
because He Who Remains and the TVA was keeping the timeline uncorrupted from any outside people.
Wait, so hold on a second. In this, the timeline and the multiverse are the same thing?
Kind of.
Oh.
Because
Because
so
the
you
way I figured it was like the timeline's just like this is the timeline and it breaks. A multiverse is a whole other universe. Like that's where.
yeah, so different. So I
Oh,
think
any
that basically
Deadpool?
no.
Ah.
Um, but
Boo.
yeah,
Boo.
that was my one of my
White
only.
Vision, that's racist. Will probably be in Armor Wars. What was that guy in Deadpool 2, Black Tom? He's like, Black Tom, what's your
Oh
mutant
yeah,
power?
it
Cultural
was Terry
appropriation.
Crews.
And
Terry
then
Crews.
later on when you killed Black Tom, you racist.
um, but
Anthony
yeah,
Beltran's in the house. I tagged him, Anthony. Thank you for being a loyal supporter, Widow. All you guys, we really appreciate it for you being
yeah.
here. So
You know, I
post
think
credit, anything worth, or is it just like
so. So early on in the movie, we have a Bruce Campbell cameo, of course, and
oh
he's
yeah, Sam
Pizza
Raimi, yeah.
Papa. He plays Pizza Papa, and America Chavez is like, "Oh, pizza balls, free pizza balls," and then he's like, "Hey, those aren't for free." Like, and then he's like, "You have to pay for those," and he's like, and then
Is that
and
reference to Army of Darkness?
yeah,
I think so. You got to pay for.
and so
I've only seen it once.
and so then Strange is like Strange puts on a spell on him where he just punches himself, and like a bunch of times, and then Mark Chavez is like, "Oh, how long does that last? Like 3 minutes?" He's like, "No, a whole week." So he's punching himself for a whole week, and then so that's a scene in there, but so the end credit scene is a continuation of him punching himself, and then he like one last punch, and he's like, he looks at the camera, and it's like, "It's over," basically saying the movie's over, and also the spell is over, and it's done. But
Okay.
and the post credit scene before that is so well, at the end of the movie, Strange walks out the sanctum, walks in the street, and then he feels this pain from his forehead, and the pain, and then he like screams, and like an eye grows, and it's like,
Oh.
and it's basically the effect of him reading and using the Darkhold, and which is
Third eye.
Yeah, the third eye.
Um,
And then so the post-credit scene is, so he's walking down the street, and then someone says, "Doctor Strange, Doctor Stephen Strange, I need you." And it's Charlize Theron playing Clea. And then she like basically pulls out her arm with like this with this purple blade, this purple like mystical blade, like like how like a hand blade. And then she goes up to him. "I need you. You caused an incursion."
is that his wife?
Well, Clea, in the comics, is his wife.
So he doesn't marry that doctor chick in the comics.
No.
Oh, that sucks. I like Rachel McAdams.
And then so she basically like does like an X in the sky, and like in front of her and it opens up to the like this portal to the dark dimension. And then he's like, and he basically like does like like he puts his hand together like as of like how he has it on my thing, and does that and puts on this
forever.
basically magically puts on the suit and the cape and has the third eye, walks in the portal with her. And so Clea
is that where Dormammu is?
Yeah. So
Any reference to him?
Clea is the niece of Dormammu. And his sister.
He has relatives that get freaky, I guess.
His sister is Umar, which is Clea's mother. And so and people are like, why did he trust her? Why did he go through? Well, one is because she says incursion.
Because Charlize Theron, that's why.
He says incursion, and she opens up a portal to the flipping fucking dark dimension.
Language.
And he knows what the dark dimension holds, Dormammu. So he knows that he can trust her if she says incursion, and he opens up a portal to the dark dimension, where Dormammu is. So he clearly has to answer to Dormammu's like thing, if anything. So clearly there's something up with Dormammu. So that's why he went through the portal and why he trusted her. Honestly, I don't even think he'd really trust her, other than the fact that
he's fine. Like, damn, this girl fine.
This girl's fine, and she's opened the portal to dark dimension. Damn, girl, what you doing all freaky and shit in here?
So what's next, Thor?
What's next is Thor: Love and Thunder.
Any TV shows coming up?
June 8th is for Star Wars, it's Obi-Wan Kenobi in the next 2 weeks, in 2 to 3 weeks. And then for Marvel, it's Miss Marvel, June 8th. And then July 7th or something like that is Thor. And we don't know what's after Thor for Disney Plus wise.
Is that Echo series next year?
An Echo series is next year, which is filming now.
That's the mute girl?
Yeah, from Hawkeye.
Oh my god, the whole show is going to be in sign language.
Well, there's Native Americans in it as well.
Maybe they'll do like a curse on her and she can start talking. The whole show's
No.
going to be like, I mean, I have nothing against people who are deaf, but like,
And
how's he going to communicate with Matt Murdock?
You know who's going to be in it? You know who's
blind. How is he going to be able to see what she's saying? And he's going to be like,
because the thing is, people forget in Matt Murdock can sense, because in the Echo comics and in Daredevil, when Echo first shows up, he can sense the sign language via radar that he has because of his hearing and his heightened hearing. People forget because people. I can't wait for Daredevil to be like jumping off of like 13-story buildings, and then be like gliding down and like actually landing.
You want that scene from like the Ben Affleck movie where he jumps off and he that's a cool scene.
Because the thing is, I love the Daredevil season and everything, but
no, you want it to be schlock. You want to like move,
no, I want it to be where you can see the flipping radar senses that he has.
You know what? not trying to be funny. The Ben Affleck movie did that really well. Like the way the sound
did.
hits, and
Yeah.
it's like sonar.
Yeah.
Like it spreads.
That's the thing.
I didn't like how they did in the show where like it's like seeing fire.
Yeah, no, that part I didn't like that. I was just like, I wish they actually
it made
did
sense
sonar.
in the Daredevil movie, like when someone put the gun in, like the clip in the gun, he could hear it.
Yeah,
but, like when it hit he could see where the gun was, and he'd be able to dodge the bullets.
Yeah, and that's how, and so when people, like I said, I can't wait for them to jump off like 10 to 13 story buildings, and then have radar senses, and then people are like, "What the heck?" The people who watch the Daredevil series thinking that's the only way Daredevil.
The movie does it really well. The movie does.
The movie. Well. The thing is, like, people like, I don't like the acting in it. I don't like the writing, but I like how they at least show Daredevil powers. Director's cut? I haven't seen the director's cut.
Oh, it's so much better. It's on my Vudu. It's worth watching. It's like the Snyder cut. Like 40 minutes added back in makes it so much better.
Yeah. Okay.
And I loved Colin Farrell. Like, just first of all, they made him Irish. He's supposed to be Irish, but just shlocking it up as Bullseye. More peanuts, please. I loved it.
No, Monkey Jeebus. The Daredevil show basically made the radar sense thing where it looked like he can see who should go to hell and who should go to heaven type thing. It was stupid, honestly.
Yeah, I didn't like why they did that. They only did it once, and then they never mentioned it again.
No, that's the thing. Like, it was like,
all right, we're gonna let that go.
Yeah, like I loved it. Like I said, I love the series and everything, but they sure didn't do the full-on Daredevil's character full-on justice.
Well, just the powers. I mean, the actor was great.
Like they did everything great. It was just that I was really
only issue with the actor is that he's kind of small. I mean, he's not a small guy, but he's small for Daredevil. Like he's like 5'9".
Yeah.
Daredevil's supposed to be like 6'2". Like he's supposed to be a big redhead.
Yeah.
Scary ginger.
He's supposed to be a redhead like ginger who's like 6'2".
Yeah.
And
that's like the height for superheroes, right? Like Superman 6'2", Batman 6'2".
You're right. That's the thing. Like the first short superhero was Wolverine, and he's like.
Yeah, but see, I've always said that's not going to work. No one wants to see a midget Wolverine.
No,
on screen.
I think the shortest you'll get of Wolverine, the shortest you'll get in live action Wolverine is probably like 5'6". Like not if they have look
5'10", because they wanted to look good on
5'10". Yeah.
Because Daniel Radcliffe, God bless him, is 5'5". He looks short, even when he's like by himself on a poster.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not against short people. It just looks weird. I didn't mind that Hugh Jackman was 6'4", and the idea of a beast, someone who's big and dominating. If he's 5'4" and he's up against someone, they're looking up at him. It's gonna look funny. I'm just telling everyone. So, the Avatar trailer dropped. I still haven't seen it yet.
Wait, hold on. I'm just reading something that's like really weird.
Is he just? By the way, just 6 foot is still pretty tall.
So the end credits, like I said, is him punching himself like one last time, and him saying it's over.
Oh, he's
finally.
He's like an inch. He's like an inch and a half taller than I am. I can be Daredevil.
Yes, Jack Sheriff is the recast version of Charlie Cox as Daredevil.
I'm a woke Daredevil.
No, you know what? You will be Iron Fist.
My name is Muhammad Murdoch.
Oh my God.
You know how Matt Murdock is really Catholic? Instead, he'll be going to like the mosque every Friday to pray. Get woke, Marvel. Can you imagine if they did that? Just silence now. There were 2 trailers that came out over the last couple of days. I saw one of them. One was the Avatar trailer, which I haven't seen. Oh, look, I'm on YouTube and my show is playing. The other one was the Avatar trailer.
To me, okay, I said this on one stream or a couple of streams, honestly. And it's the fact of directors and movies having because I think also another reason why people didn't understand or liked Doctor Strange 2 was because they didn't remember how Sam Raimi worked as a comic book director.
That's okay, folks.
And I'm like, that's okay. But I think that's gonna be the same with Avatar 2. I think people, and also with Avatar, people didn't go there for the story. People went there for the visuals and the experience. And the same thing for Avatar 2. People aren't going there for the story. They're only going to go there for the visuals.
You need a good story.
I mean,
what do you think comics are? They're stories.
No, for Avatar. I think.
For Avatar.
Yeah.
Well, it's a shame because Jim Cameron used to be a phenomenal storyteller.
Yeah.
Even Titanic, which I recently sat down and watched about a year and a half ago. I haven't seen this trailer yet. Have you seen it? Have you seen the trailer for Avatar?
I saw it in the theaters. But like I said, the crazy thing is, so before we watch this trailer, so my trailers were a Dean Cain movie. I don't know what it is anymore. Like something like No Vacancy or whatever. No Silence There, and then 2 forgettable trailers. Then it was Elvis.
I can't wait for that one. Was that the one that starts with him?
Elvis is Austin Butler and Tom Hanks.
Yeah, I've seen that trailer like 50 times.
Oh yeah, and the one that was on the theaters was an extended trailer where you actually saw some of the performance that Austin Butler does. And I really like it.
I would love to.
I can't wait to see Elvis. Like I was really, and then Bullet Train, starring Brad Pitt. Basically, it's like him. He's a hired assassin that goes on a train to receive a package, and he finds out it's not just an easy pick up and grab. It's actually other assassins are also on the train, and it's like this really fast train. And the crowd went wild for that trailer.
The one I'm waiting for, which comes out in June, is the guy Scott Derrickson, the movie Black Phone, I think.
Black Phone, yeah. I think, cool. And then another trailer played, I can't remember what, and then Avatar 2 came up, and there was a couple of people that were just like, oh, really? This?
I mean,
like, can we just move on to the movie?
I think James Cameron peaked in Titanic, and even then, I think True Lies is a better movie.
Peaked, and then he...
Yeah. Let's take a look. Sound good?
Yes.
Hold on a second. Was that 20th Century Fox?
20th Century Studios.
Lightstorm Entertainment made Terminator.
Yeah.
Zoe Saldana.
Kate Winslet is also in this. And Sigourney Weaver is coming back.
You know what? It looks... The CGI is good, but it still looks really fake. I don't know why.
Yeah, that's the thing. To me, like seeing the screen, it looks great.
That looks good right there. That looks much better.
Yeah.
But see, that looks like a PlayStation 5. That looks like Halo. That literally looks like Halo, like the video game Halo. Like that looks like that could be from the game.
Yeah.
Oh, please don't tell me it's gonna be the same exact story. Here comes the evil white man. He's gonna take our land. We already saw that story.
I know one thing. Wherever we go.
And that's
family.
Stephen Lang. He comes back as that's him again. He comes back as Nari.
Oh wow, that was unimpressive. I don't know.
Yeah, that's like, and it was silence for it.
Oh, sorry. I don't know. That I mean, look, the graphics are nice, but like, it still looks like a really good PlayStation game.
Yeah,
like a really good PlayStation game. Okay, 2009 you get away with it. Same thing with like Lord of the Rings. Like sometimes the CGI doesn't look that great because it was like 2003 CGI, but I don't know. Maybe I have to watch it on my 4K TV to get a better look at it.
Yeah.
But you know what? If Aaron's changed my mind, I think it looks great. I tend to agree with Aaron.
It looks awesome, guys. Yeah,
Aaron, best CGI I've ever seen. But hey, you know, I need to look at it on the big screen because I've noticed that some things on my computer screen, which is I only have a 1080p monitor, but on the 4K it looks just way better. Are you a Cobra Kai fan?
Yes, I am.
Have you seen the trailer for the new Cobra Kai?
Yes, I have.
Okay, well, we're gonna watch it again.
I want to watch it again.
Cobra Kai season 5. That show is so consistently good. Well, it's an announcement trailer, so there we go. And after this, we're going to watch some right-wing media.
Oh God.
Kate's a big right-winger, for all of you didn't
I'm
know.
not.
He's so happy about the news about Roe v. Wade. It's sickening.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Jurassic World looks good. Well, it looks
Jurassic
like it'll be fun. It'll be fun at least. I don't know if it'll be good, but it'll be fun. Jurassic Park movies are always at least fun.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
this is my favorite show right now, like of all time. Yes, son. That's a fun show. I like. That's probably a consistently good show. I love that.
Oh yeah.
And you know what I like about it? It's so politically incorrect. Like they actually call each other the P word, which I didn't know we're allowed to say anymore. Like stop being a. And I'm like, oh, thank you. Bring some of that '90s grunge back. You know, that edge. But yeah, the Jurassic World movie. They had a new Jurassic World trailer, I think, about a week or two ago.
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
I got like an alert. They like, you know how you can like a tweet and then like they're like, oh, you liked our tweet, so we'll update you whenever we have something coming.
What's the
update? Alert: dinosaurs are in our world now. For sightings in Martinville, visit dinotractor.com. Oh.
Ooh.
You can go to dinotractor.com and you will find a dinosaur near you. And follow at
well, they would be hard to stop though. They wouldn't be hard to stop. Like all you need is one dinosaur technically if it was real. You would just have the U.S. military go up and just like obliterate them, you know. Is Julie Pierce the girl from the next Karate Kid?
Yeah.
Okay, I never saw that one. I saw 1, 2, and
also,
3.
I think they're gonna bring Brian from Karate Kid 3. The guy that totally silver.
Brian. Oh, the one that he fights?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think Terry Silver's gonna bring him in. I think that's what another. Like,
I was a big Terry Silver fan. I always liked him.
Oh yeah, me too. I was speaking to someone that people don't like on this channel, and I said Thomas Ian Griffin for Magneto, and she's a big Magneto fan, and then she's also a big Terry Silver fan, and she's like, yes. I'm
that
like,
would be, how old is he?
He's like 67.
He just turned 60. He'd be perfect.
Oh, he just turned. Yeah, he's see.
And he could always do the whole thing that mutants age slower, and that he was.
Yeah, and also he has the long white hair, and you can use the long white hair version of Magneto, and like you just have him put in a ponytail when he puts on the helmet, or just keep the long hair down, or whatever. Boom, there you go. Kevin Feige.
That'd be cool.
And Seraphin, listen to what I say. Thomas Ian Griffin for Eric Lesher, aka Magneto. Cast him now.
AKA Magneto. Little trip there. But so
but you know what else is
someone falsely reported that
yeah.
Ezra Miller is being replaced by someone else, and I think that's just BS, at least at this stage.
I mean, the crazy thing is the person that they reported that was replacing him is like up for the running for Nightwing. So like if that was true, if that story about Dylan O'Brien replacing Ezra Miller is true, that means he would have been out of the running.
Wait, so it would be Nightwing post Flash, right?
Yeah, post Flash. So it would have been,
what's his name? Dick Grayson was technically killed off.
Yeah.
Although I think if Zach ever continued his movies, they could always retcon that. They never actually explicitly said it in the movies.
Honestly, that's a stupid idea in the first place, honestly.
Yeah, I don't know why he did that.
Like, I understand why he did it, but it was a dumb reason why.
I guess because if it wasn't him, they'd be like, oh, where's Dick Grayson then if that's Jason Todd?
Yeah, but, it would have been because like the reason was because it's like, oh, Joker killed Dick Grayson, and then Dick Grayson's the only person that Bruce Wayne had faith in humanity for, and then Joker killed him. So now and then Selena Kyle saw that Batman and Bruce Wayne were going on a dark turn, so Selena Kyle and Bruce Wayne got a divorce. And then it led him to a darker path because he sees that everyone's leaving him, but Alfred's old and dying already. So, and then he gets killed by Deathstroke in the Batfleck movie. So it's like, you know what?
Man, I want to see that Batfleck movie so badly now. That sounds so.
And then, but the weird thing was with the Batfleck movie was also
they never kill Alfred though. They even kind of fake killed him in the Batman. Obviously, I was like, he's not going to die because they just introduced him.
Kill him in. Didn't they kill him in Batman and Robin? Like, say he died or something?
He was
He was
just
just
sick.
sick. Oh, right. He was just sick. And yeah. Oh, right. Because that was their way to have Mr. Freeze and Bruce Wayne and Batman like kind of like have like like how he has empathy for him because he's like, oh, I have someone who's dying as well, and so
Yeah.
I need to figure out a way to cure him too. So like I understand what you're saying, but you're doing it the wrong way type of thing. But they never really kind of vocalized that again throughout the movie. It's a fun movie, but bad writing, bad direction.
Yeah.
Um,
Bane killed Alfred in the comics, really, but
yeah,
then
he
come
snapped.
back.
He snapped his back.
He went Steven Seagal and like,
Basically, what happened was Bane like goes. I think he breaks into the Batcave or something, and then picks up Alfred in front of Batman and picks him up and snaps his back in front of him on his knee. Basically, what he does to what Tom Hardy's Bane does to Batman in The Dark Knight Rises. And but kills him.
oh wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's a great way to end the show. So I got you have a lot of work to do, and I got to do the
Oh,
quiz.
but did you see that they announced that Melissa, Mason, Jenna, and Jasmine are back for Scream 6.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And they started production in like a month, like in like.
Really that quickly, huh?
I mean, yeah, like because they start. The crazy thing is they start like doing casting and auditions for like other characters, and like last December, even the month before the movie came out.
Oh,
I think
wow.
they are. I think they know that they're gonna do Screams like 6, 7, 5, 6, 7, and possibly 8th being the last one, like the big finale for Scream. So like we have 2 more movies after 6.
Interesting.
And
Because
I
I'm
think-
excited for Halloween ends because a lot of people hated Halloween Kills.
You-
Your
we talked
homeboy
about
loved
the
Halloween
footage that they
Kills.
showed at CinemaCon for Halloween Ends.
I think they showed something, yeah.
Yeah, they showed a fight between Laurie Strode and Michael Myers in the kitchen, and then Michael Myers threw her across the kitchen, and then she threw a knife in his hand, and then honestly, and then I think Laurie dies in that fight.
What?
I think Laurie dies.
Oh, they make it seem like she dies.
Well, I think because she wrapped filming like 3 months before everyone else wrapped filming.
Really?
Yeah, she only was filming for 2 months.
So they basically did what they did in Halloween Resurrection, where they killed her off at the beginning of the movie. You know how many times she's died in the franchise?
Like
in Halloween
3
4,
times?
she killed off screen, and her daughter, who was a way better character than any of her other kids, she died. She had a daughter. Her daughter was being raised by relatives, whatever. Halloween 7 ignores all that H2O. She's alive. She has a son instead. Okay. Then Halloween Resurrection, they kill her at the beginning. And then the story's about a bunch of other characters. That's the one with Busta Rhymes saying, "Trick or treat, mother," and he sidekicks him. And then she's back in Halloween 2018.
Mhm.
And they kill her off in Halloween Ends. And $50 says, and they're going to do Halloween H40. And Jamie Lee Curtis always comes back to Halloween when her career needs a little bit of a bump. I'm not joking.
Yeah,
She always comes back to Halloween when her career needs a little bit of a bump. She doesn't do the conventions. Well, now she does the conventions occasionally.
She's also in the Borderlands, Eli Roth's Borderlands movie that's based off the video game.
Wait, Eli Roth is making the Borderlands movie?
Yeah, I think it's Eli Roth.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
Yeah,
that'd be interesting.
I mean, I like Eli Roth. He's an interesting guy.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of like Hostile.
Knock is very interesting.
You ever seen his trailer, Thanksgiving Day for Grindhouse? It's sort of like a mock of like the Halloween. The original Halloween trailer is like 4 minutes, and they keep showing the entire movie. That they show entire clips of the movie, and every 30 seconds, ta-da, Halloween. Next scene, someone gets killed. Halloween. You know, and so they changed it to. So you saw Grindhouse, right? Movie up
Grindhouse.
there, where Tarantino and Robert Rodriguez did 2 movies back together with fake trailers in it.
Yeah.
So the fake trailer he did was called Thanksgiving, which was a little bit of a joke to Halloween.
Right.
He kept showing all these scenes. Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
It's a pretty funny, stupid graphic trailer. Thanksgiving trailer. Eli Roth. So it is pretty funny, I think. If you the only way to, by the way, to watch the Grindhouse movie is to watch it with the fake trailers and everything in between. But yeah, Caiden, that's what we're watching. We're gonna watch the Grindhouse trailer and we're gonna call it a day.
Yes.
It's a fake trailer for the beginning of the Grindhouse. It's just ooh, I got 2 messages.
Same. Oh,
So they made these fake trailers up in between the movies. And it's really making fun of the Halloween trailer.
This holiday season, prepare to have the stuffing scared out of you. Thanksgiving. In the town of Plymouth, Massachusetts, the 4th Thursday in November is the most celebrated day of the year.
Oh yeah, there might be nudity in this. I forgot.
The festivities have begun.
Jeez, Jack.
One uninvited guest has arrived, and this year there will be no leftovers.
No leftovers. The body's just like falling.
Yeah, trigger warning to those of you who don't like
Oh,
gore and nudity. Yeah, Caden, cover your eyes.
cover your eyes.
White meat, dark meat, all will be carved. Thanksgiving.
Oh,
So that's Eli Roth right there.
Happy Thanksgiving.
that's
baby.
Elon. Huh?
Yeah,
Oh my god.
it's so stupid. She goes down on him and then her head gets cut off, or his head get cut off. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.
You're safe. Mommy's here. It's blood. Son of a bitch.
Arrive hungry.
Happy Thanksgiving, Grandma.
Leave stuff.
Oh. Oh my god.
Eli Roth.
From director Eli Roth.
You'll come home for the holidays.
No one's
I'll
like
be back this February.
So the only way to watch the Grindhouse movie, don't watch them separate. That's back to back. So Tarantino and Rodriguez each made their own 70s level, and it looks like that the whole time, like it's a really old film.
Yeah.
So Robert Rodriguez is like a zombie movie, and then Tarantino's movie is Death Proof, where Kurt Russell is a serial killer who drives a stunt car. So you have to buy the Blu-ray to watch it the way I saw it in theaters, where they have fake trailers at the beginning, fake trailers after the first movie, and then fake trailers again. So like and then famous directors do the fake trailers for like really cheesy 70s. But one of my favorite moments is Kurt Russell's character, right? All these girls are at a bar, right? And they're like, oh, if you can come back and find my friend. And what is it, Dad? I can't tell this story now. Oh. And we'll give you a lap dance, right? So Kurt Russell finds the girl, says, and she's about to do a lap dance, and it says missing reel. Like it says missing reel, and it cuts to them leaving the bar. All right, guys, bye. And there's a similar scene in the other Grindhouse movie where they're about to have a hot, steamy love scene, and just as it starts, missing reel, and then it cuts to the buildings on fire, and people are screaming. Like, you have to see the Grindhouse movies. It's one of Tarantino's most underrated films, just because people did not understand what it was supposed to be. It's supposed to be 2 movies back to back. It's supposed to be grainy, cheap looking. And I think it has like a 90% on Rotten Tomatoes, but people did not get it. They were like, "What's this? And why does this movie look like it's 50 years old?" Like that was the point. And they had these fake trailers. So like the guys who made like Shaun of the Dead did another horror movie trailer. Machete was one of the fake trailers. They just effed with the wrong Mexican. And that fake trailer was so popular, they actually ended up making the Machete movies. He's a goddamn federale. He gets the ladies. It was just a fake trailer they made, and now I feel like watching Grindhouse instead of watching the next Marvel movie. All right, guys. So I'm it's because projectionists would steal the nude scenes. Oh, is that what that is? That's interesting. So that's why those specific scenes were completely like they're just, I know they filmed it, and I think in the extended cuts you can watch them, but Grindhouse is one of my favorite movies. Just Tarantino and Robert Rodriguez at their best, like doing grimy horror type stuff. Love it. Mm-hmm. Anyway, I'm getting messages. I got to get back to work. So,
okay.
Unless Caiden, you want to keep doing the show, you can do like the Caiden hour.
No, I'm also kind of tired. No.
Okay.
No, there's nothing really to talk about right now.
Yeah, I know, right? Except we got to lay out all Doctor Strange, considering I haven't seen the movie, but you know.
Yeah.
I wonder if I'll enjoy it now that I know what happened.
There's not much to talk about other than Ahsoka started production yesterday, and Kenobi's coming in 2 weeks. Star Wars
Oh, that's good. Please don't screw that up, Disney, please.
Ahsoka casting probably be announced, like full-on casting will be announced then, or like, so I don't know. Like honestly,
dang. Erin is so nice. She always likes our tweets and replies, and you know, she's like our alpha male member, like or alpha chick member. You know, she's like here every episode. She watches, and you know, it's like Australia is like 10 million miles away. Like it's like 3 a.m. there. I don't know. Hey Siri, what time is it in Melbourne?
It's 7:59 a.m. in Melbourne, Australia.
8 o'clock in the morning. Thank you so much, Aaron. We appreciate that. So many people are on my time zone and you can't even stick around. But anyway, get your button ready.
I mean, she was here at 6:30 a.m.
Yeah. I mean, that's dedication right there.
That is good. See, Aaron is Jack and Caden super fan.
Yeah.
Thank you, Aaron. Thank you.
Yes. She is. Aaron, you now officially have the title of Jackalite.
Mm-hmm.
See, it's Acolyte, but with a J.
Yeah, we get it. We get it.
Jackalite. We're gonna send her like a special crown. Like I gotta design it cool. Like at the front, like you know, just something cool and badass that she can show to her friends and be like, yeah. And they'll be jealous of her. So
everyone will be jealous of her because she's, you
know. She should wear it at our next karate tournament. Like a Jackalite crown.
Oh, she's
from the south coast of New South Wales. Okay, how far is that from Melbourne? How many time zones does Australia have? Is it just?
I think there's like 4.
Really? Oh.
I'm not 100% sure on that. There's like, or at least, no, there's 3.
Yeah, you're right. Wow.
There's 4.
There is Norfolk Island Standard Time, Australian Central Standard Time, Australian Western Standard Time, and Christmas Island time. That sounds nice. At worst, it's 9 a.m. there. At best, it's 9 a.m. At worst, it's 5 a.m. So, you know.
Yeah.
So,
anyway. Yeah, like you said, at best it's 9 a.m. At worst, it's 5 a.m.
Anyway, I really got to reply to these texts. Ladies and gentlemen.
You have to reply to your Slacks.
Not my Slacks. It's hard work. Folks, I want to thank you all for being here today. Hopefully we'll find Austin. And by the way, I'm actually I'm thinking of going to a UFO convention this weekend. There's one, it's cheap, and I'm actually kind of curious. I'm like, I don't know.
I have Spectrum News 1 on my TV right now, and they talked about UFOs for like literally like 5 minutes. I looked up my TV and there was like UFOs, and I looked back and we started.
Well, here's the thing: they're gonna have like people from the government speaking there. One of the guys from the Ministry of Defense for the UK is gonna be there. Like. They have like some really cool people talking, and I'm like kind of curious. And there'll be a luncheon and a buffet. So,
now they're talking about the Garcetti AIDS sexual misconduct now.
Whoa, Mayor Garcetti?
His aide, his age.
Oh, I thought you said he had AIDS. Like,
No.
sexual misconduct. That's how it starts.
That's rumors start that way.
Aaron, Monkey Jeebus is trying to impress you with his knowledge of Australia.
Oh, okay,
I
Monkey
believe that
Jeebus.
there's
That's
people in
very nice.
Australia.
Monkey
They live on
Jeebus.
the south and the east. The rest is
Oh, Australia was when they first founded Australia. They filled with people from British prisons and Irish
true.
prisons.
That's why they're so badass and hot in Australia. It's
Yeah.
true. This is what happens when you get all the bad boys and the bad girls on one island.
Aaron's ancestor was the Karate King of England, and he was punching and kicking people so much.
My dad's been to Australia. I've never been, but he loves it there. He says it's so nice.
And
there.
that's why Aaron is a karate.
But Aaron, is it true
king.
you guys have scorpions over here we have roaches and stuff, they're very common, scorpions.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm Chris Hemsworth posted a video there's a snake in the bathroom. I'm like, a snake in the bathroom? And it was a big baby too. I'm like, oof.
I did
That's
not.
what it sounded like. I thought you said he got AIDS from sexual misconduct. That's what you get, Mayor Garcetti. His father was a mayor also, wasn't he?
Yeah. Fun enough is my dad went to high school or middle school with Garcetti.
Oh, okay. All right.
And
cool.
Was friends with so he went with elementary and middle school.
And he gave him AIDS. That's how Garcetti got it.
And Eric and my dad were friends in elementary, and then were kind of friends in middle school, but then went to different high schools.
Oh, okay.
And I honestly think that that one time my grandma, when she wasn't having her dementia crazy, she was saying that Eric and she was saying that she remembered my dad having a phone call with Eric in the early 2000s. It was when they had a reunion of middle school.
Yeah.
And they met up again. And and because my dad was saying that it was a big deal for his dad because his dad was the mayor or the DA or something like that during the time that
you're right. He was the DA during the OJ thing. Yeah, he was DA at the time. He might not be mayor. I might have made it. He wanted to be mayor, but I think that killed his whole thing. The OJ thing was dude, you couldn't prosecute OJ.
Yeah.
So you know what? You know what's pathetic about our stereotypes? Aaron said Outback, and I feel like having steaks because we have a place here called Outback Steaks.
Outback Steakhouse. Yeah.
Yeah.
And which
I have
is
no
funny.
idea if
The fried garlic.
Yeah.
Not the fried garlic, the fried onion.
I want to get some Outback Steaks. And that's one thing. They have an Australian beer here called Foster's, and they're no one drinks that in Australia. That's just
none of the Outback Steakhouse is such a phony. It's Australian. It's Australian.
But you know what? I don't mind a decent steak. I don't care. Decent steak.
If it's a good
but it's a brand. People think of Australia and Outback Steakhouse.
Outback Steak.
This is what they eat in Australia. It's like Chinese food.
Yeah.
No one in China eats the Chinese food you buy in America. That is completely fictional. It is something they just made up for Americans. It's Chinese food.
Also, Fenici Alfredo is not something that you eat in Italy or France.
Yeah.
It's something everything that anything that we always say, Chinese cuisine or Italian cuisine or Australian cuisine, it's all Americanized or Westernized.
Yeah.
Americanized.
Yeah. Well, technically, Australia is considered the West, even though it's not.
Yeah.
In the West because they're European or they're of European descent.
Yeah.
So,
but you know what I mean.
This is the most conversation we ever had about another continent ever.
Blooming onion, yes, the blooming onion. They should have kangaroo steaks. Oh god. Koalas are my favorite animals.
Rats.
Literally, the koala. I think the koala is my spirit animal.
Yeah, koala's Australian. Yeah. I know it takes a long time to get there.
Yeah.
I'm in Philly. Well, it might be closer for you because you live in the Pacific Ocean.
Funny thing is, I always had this misconception in my brain that was an hour flight to get to Hawaii. Apparently, it's 2 to 3 hours.
Yeah, it's not bad because Hawaii is here's California, here's Mexico, Hawaii's all the way out here.
It's because you have the boat ride from the port to Catalina Island is an hour and a half. And people said that they have taken the boat from Catalina Island to Hawaii, and that's 3 days.
Oh yeah, that's a long.
How are you taking the boat from Catalina Island
People are stupid, man. Do you ever see those two guys that sailed around the world in just like a
Fly
raft?
from Catalina Island if you could to Hawaii. I'm sure that's way much faster than from the LAX to.
Do you know that Australia and all these Southeast Asian islands used to be connected, like possibly up to 10,000 years ago?
We were all connected as
Before the
Pangea.
icebergs melted during the last.
We were all connected via Pangea. Then a big earthquake.
Oh no, but that was like 65. That was like billions of years ago. I'm talking about like map looked like it did today, but 10,000 years ago, all of North America and Northern Europe was all under ice, and all that ice suddenly melted.
Oh yeah, because there's the big,
all the coastal area you see at some point was like miles extended.
Yeah, there's an ice bridge between Russia and Alaska.
Yeah, that was that. Yeah, so here, check this out. If there were any cities and towns on any coast, they're all underwater right now. That's where the rumor of Atlantis comes in, because Atlantis, according to Plato, happened 10,000 years ago, and that just coincides with when the ice age, the glaciers suddenly.
I would not be surprised if there is a because
there's probably a lot of cities and towns and oceans.
I mean, the
completely
thing is,
underwater because it happened suddenly like that.
We only discovered like 20 to 30% of our ocean.
Mm-hmm.
There's like 70 to 80% of it left to like discover.
Yeah. There are 60 to 80 different cultures throughout the world that all have a flood story, that some catastrophic flood happened. So they believe that those stories are associated with when the glaciers suddenly melted. We don't know why.
Yeah.
But there's a theory that maybe a comet hit North America and melted like trillions, millions of billions of tons of ice, and it suddenly just flooded the entire world. Because if you look at India and Sri Lanka used to be connected. That's water now. So there's going to be a day when a lot of like Hawaii and everything is going to be underwater. A lot of Florida is going to be underwater. Jersey might be underwater.
I mean, there was a study last year that Florida has now, and maybe even Louisiana, has now lost like I think like 10 to 15,000 square miles of land.
Yeah, because it's going to sink. It's just inevitable. Global warming or not, it's going to happen.
It's going to happen. Like it was inevitable to happen.
We're actually the funny thing is there are some who theorize that global warming might be a good thing because we're probably due for another ice age.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, so it actually might hold it off a little bit. Like, hey, everyone, take your aerosol can, spray it into the air.
Take your gasoline, throw it up, everyone. Vaporize it.
Burn some plastic.
Burn. Yes.
Right, I really do have to answer these things. So, folks, I want to thank you for being here. Caiden, thanks for being here. Will you be here Thursday?
Yeah, I probably.
Yeah. All right, guys. Remember, JIVIN with Jack. It's not just a brand; it's a lifestyle.
Get JIVIN.